The Conservative MP branded the idea ridiculous, and said another Brexit vote would damage democracy. Mr Evans also claimed a second Brexit vote would not stop Remainers such as Tony Blair, Lord Adonis and Nick Clegg from attempting to stop Brexit. It comes after Nigel Farage said he was starting to warm to the idea of another Brexit vote to stop Remainers from trying to block Britain's decision. Tory MP Mr Evans was critical of the idea and said the government should simply get on with delivering Brexit. Getty Sky News Brexit News. Nigel Evans ripped into the idea of having another Brexit vote. He told Sky News, "It's not going to happen. Theresa May has made it absolutely clear there is not going to be a second referendum. It's the last thing anybody in this country would want is another few months of going through the ideology, the battles again," we were told by David Cameron in 2015 on the 10th of November in his Chatham House speech that anybody who thinks that there is going to be a second referendum, think again. This is once in a generation and that's it. That's what we have had. It's been 52% to 48%. We are now getting on and a lot of the legislation that is necessary for trade and for leaving the European Union is already going through Parliament. It's not going to happen. Theresa May has made it absolutely clear. Nigel Evans. Mr Evans then moved on to targeting Remainers before claiming a second referendum would not stop their plans to stay in the EU. He said, "I know what Nigel said about people like Lord Adonis, others who feel very strongly about the European Union, and if we have a second referendum it will put it to bed for a generation." You're joking. When you have people like Michael Heseltine, Ken Clarke, Andrew Adonis, Anna Soubry, Nicky Morgan, it will never put it to bed for them. When you have got a Prime Minister who talks about, just before the referendum, a once in a lifetime and there is not going to be a second referendum, you are really attacking democracy. Friday, December 8, 2017. Here is the 15-page Brexit deal in full. Speaking on Channel 5's Right Stuff earlier today, Nigel Farage said, "My mind is actually changing on this. What is for certain is the Cleggs, Blairs and Adonises will never, ever give up. They will go on whinging, whining and moaning about the whole process. So maybe, just maybe I'm reaching the point of thinking that we should have a second referendum on EU membership." The Brexiteer said a second vote would kill off the issue for a generation, and send Tony Blair to total obscurity. The Prime Minister responded to Mr Farage's comments, insisting a second vote would be a betrayal of voters and weaken her position during Brexit negotiations.